What's up, gamers? Welcome back to some more, well, not very regularly scheduled content, but another Rainbow Six match breakdown, I guess, is what we'll be calling these now. I haven't done one of these in a while, and honestly, the reason why I use them is to talk about Rainbow Six and also to really just give myself the practice that I need for commentary and casting overall. We're playing on Oregon today. As you can see, I am Messenger. I am using a non-mode name. No real reason aside from I've kind of wanted to play an anonymous mode name to test out a different username overall, which I've been considering doing for casting and stuff, but maybe that'll be too confusing. I think Kai has been fine. It's been my name for a while now. I don't think there's any real reason to change it, but we're playing on Oregon. We're playing with, as you can see, the Clint crew. You know, Captain Creamed and Krabby over there. You know, Spice of Cream and More Money also on my team, up against the Shinobi 0911, Dr. Sweets, Kierf, Monster Pero, and Ozaki 47. On attack on Oregon, not exactly the most favored of sides, really. But the reason why I'm bringing Twitch here is because Twitch is really good at taking out utility, and that's ultimately what I'm looking to do here. So I see that there's a mute jammer on the wall. This first round does not go so well. I mean, Spice of Cream does actually get in with the Amaru, and I think she was trying to open this wall here and accidentally killed... Oh no, she saw that the Capcan was reinforcing late, so she just happened to get up to attic in time and pop that wall open. She's going to get peeked here by the... I believe that's the mute. Yeah, it's the mute with the SMG there. And then I talked earlier in the round about there being Capcan traps because I had heard that there were Capcan traps in here, and we can see that our thermite is now dead on the floor because he walked in through these Capcan traps that were on the closet door there specifically. I said I was going to go downstairs to try and clear out that mute jammer, which is what I'm doing now. But I run into the Thunderbird who's downstairs, so I figured, well, okay, Thunderbird's downstairs, we can't get the main wall open because we've lost our only hard breach and we lost the Amaru, so I'm just going to try and do like a front push here. So I pop open the armory window, I listen for a second, and I'm like, alright, there's nobody here, I'm going to jump on in, and I get shot at from, I think, the door here on Armory. I think what I think happens is there's this person here who's the Azami or the Aruni. Goodness gracious, I always get them mixed up. Oh no, it is the shot here. I think like she shoots at me, you know, inside of Armory there briefly. But then the Thunderbird is there, and I just don't know what side she's on. I thought she's like on the stairs, and I completely missed this here, so I know she's on that side. I try to go through the wall, and you know, peeks the door and gets me anyway. So not exactly a great start to the game for us. We get one kill by accident on the Capcan over inside of attic, and Clint actually gets two here. He gets the Aruni through the wall. Not quite though. Downs her, but doesn't quite get her. I hear the down sound, but it doesn't matter. That round's pretty washed. What I think that I could have done differently is tried to contend. You saw that I had the 417. I could have tried to contend this Thunderbird a little more regularly on that first floor and tried to cut off her main point of re-entry up the main stairs. But once we lost thermite to the Capcan traps inside a closet, I kind of figured that the round was a wash anyway, so we'll just go ahead and play the next round. Round number 2, so on attack. We're playing Hibana. And the reason why I'm playing Hibana is because we know that they're going to be basement, right? Like, basement's kind of where they're always guaranteed to be, just at this elo. Nobody really knows how to play the first floor sites, so they won't mix it up. This is gold elo, but with rank 2.0, might as well be bronze. That's the level of expertise that I bring to this specifically. Why does this not let me swap camera perspectives? That's obnoxious. Alright, whatever. Anyway, so I get my drone up here inside a meeting because I'm trying to see if they're on the hatch and see if there's any way that people might be removing my access to the hatch with the kite. But I hear the vigil, I see the vigil, I ping the vigil, and that's kind of about it, really. I take my drone back, and here I am with no gun because the game really likes to work well at all avenues. That camera is destroyed, by the way. It's just a little visual bug. But I see that we're all pushing this side of the map. And I see that the vigil's up here. I don't know why the ping went like in 2 meters there. I guess I'll like ping the door jam there or something. Vigil finds my drone though. And so we know that the vigil's upstairs, and that is something that we do have to worry about going forward. But I noticed that they don't have any of this. It still doesn't let me do that. They don't have any of this reinforced. They don't have E-box reinforced on this side at all to have somebody like protect anybody who might be playing pillars, or if we get like a long angle here, protecting anybody who's playing by the bomb. And they don't have this reinforced. They don't have a rotate here either, which we'll figure out in a minute. And the real point of contention here is this deployable shield. Now, this deployable shield could be dealt with by Spice Cream, who does have a couple of frag grenades in his hand. But where's the sledge at the moment? He's upstairs. He's hunting down this vigil. Doesn't know exactly where he is. Notice that he's in a meeting somewhere and gets his head removed by the boss G, of all things. So, kind of unlucky. But we know that the vigil's upstairs, loses the 1v1, has a bit of like slow reflexes on that. I get it. Like I've had slow reflexes too before. And the Goyos are now walling us off. So we're just kind of waiting to push in, waiting for things to happen. And I decided to go ahead and drone and see if there's anybody sitting inside of E-box. We know that there's this person who's sitting on this deployable shield here, so that is something to consider. And I say, this is some reinforced. What kind of menaces are we dealing with here? Yeah, we see the Goyo behind the deployable shield, and we don't really care. Now, I don't sprint out right away, because I know that Goyo will pop up and destroy my ass. So what I do is I'm waiting for this Monty to push up on the shield so that I can use his shield for cover to go into this corner here. So now when Monty's in position, that's when I move over. And even though I'm like not soft breach and I don't have breach charges, I brought flashbangs for this round, I decide to go ahead and open this wall. Now, my idea is that I'm going to go and also open up everything here. Thorn catches the Monty, it doesn't matter. But the reason why I put like the charges like this is because I feel if I put them on one side for like one crouch walking hole here, the issue we would have run into pretty immediately would have been that someone could have potentially shot out one set of Hibana charges. So I wanted to make sure that I had a guaranteed point of entry. That's actually a really nice line of sight to freezer door there. I never noticed that before. Anyway, our team gets cut down, but Twitch gathers one back. The Mozzie's knocked down. And so now we just got to find the last remaining players. Gets two, actually, onto the Thorn as well. And we know that the Vigil's on the back stairs because of the Twitch. Nice little flick from me. So we get that kill. And I think that I hear this person pushing me on laundry, but we actually don't know. And then I get the call out that he's on pillar. So I go to look over by pillar. There's nothing there. And then when Twitch stands up, he gets shot by the Jager, which is really, like, quite unfortunate, actually. I think I shoot... Oh, yeah, I shoot a Jager ADS there. Is Jager even blind here? Because I blind myself. No, Jager's not even blind. He doesn't even know what I'm doing. You know, I throw a flashbang thinking that he's inside of E-box. And I miss the flashbang and just full blind myself, which is just wonderful gameplay. I duck into closet here. There's no rotate onto laundry for me to get the long angle. So I'm just like, well, I figure out where he is. All right, I hear him walking up on this door, and there we go. I just win the rate of fire fight and get the clutch there in the 1v1 situation. And I'm like still miffed. I'm still incredibly miffed that there's no rotate here. There's hardly anything here. There's no rotate. Like, I had to make this myself here, but both walls were soft. This isn't open by shotgun holes. This isn't open by shotgun holes. This isn't reinforced whatsoever. I think, like, legitimately they didn't reinforce freezer either. So let's see. Legitimately, the only thing that was reinforced was the main hatch, the E-box hatch, which we didn't even prioritize because we just sent everybody in through blue, which ended up working out anyway. And we win the round because there's just nothing really protecting their team. They're so afraid to stand behind walls, and they're not able to rotate efficiently across the map, and so we just kind of win off of that. Going into round number 3, again, they are going to be holding down basement, and I bring the Hibana again because I think, you know what, why not? We're going to be pushing... If we're going to be pushing basement again, we might as well. And yeah, that's, you know, pretty simple stuff, really. That's interesting that that's what it likes to do there. Because if I go over to the Vigil. You have like the overhead view of him there. But I can't like zoom in because the replay system's broken. Like, I'm scroll wheeling like it should be, but I swapped to the Flores. And the reason why I swapped to the Flores and then Kareem swaps to Brava, unfortunately, we had the ace there. But the reason why I swapped to the Flores is because I want to get that deployable shield off the door, even though I don't know that the deployable shield's not even there now. Like, they don't. We can look at the... Well, I'll see it in a second, but there's no deployable shield here now, and instead there's this being open, and then we know that there's the one player who's potentially on the... potentially on this corner here. But I throw my Flores drone, I pop this wall open, because I know that Aruni's there, and now that's a lot harder for them to defend. A couple of people peeking the E-box entryway there, and we have two shields who are just bolting it down... down elbow here. So I know this person here. I see that person there for a brief second. See them again. I don't think I hit them. I missed both of those people. You can see that their health bars didn't change at all. That's the Sojourner guy recoil control there. The wall is reinforced on the left, even though it doesn't visually look like it. But yeah. Just like moments of chaos, we're all kind of taking pot shots at each other here. I think that the important person here is going to be the Osa, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the Osa or the Monty that's really important on this round. Yeah, Monty takes minimal damage. I take half my HP there. Trying to go for some angles here, trying to see what we can force and everything. This round's really, really close. We know the person who's in freezer. I'm worried about someone being inside a closet. You know, you can see like I'm flicking around. I'm looking for people. Maybe there's someone on backstairs because we know the Vigil likes to play upstairs and all of that. But look at all 5 of us idiots. Like, there's no reason why this should be working with how slow we're pushing this, right? They have 5 people inside a construction. No second prong of the attack coming down freezer or backstairs or freezer stairs or even main stairs. We're just like, all right, we're all in it, ride or die, going in through construction in blue. And we actually just catch the one guy completely clueless, walks in the middle of the site into Osa's crosshairs, and that's like a great start to the round for us, right? Oh, I see the one person. Yep, I'd like jiggle peek it and get that guy, the Jager, because we know that there's somebody inside of the hallway there. And there goes Ozaki going down as well, so that's the dock down, and then we know that there's this person on laundry here, and we're in a 5 versus 2. We think like, oh yeah, this is great. Great situation to be in. We're doing fine overall. We throw a smoke down and push into sight. Okay, so now the Brava dies, and we know that there's somebody inside a freezer because Monty's pressuring them, is looking straight at them, and we know approximately of the Aruni's location because Aruni was over in laundry. So if we push in through blue, potentially the idea is that like E-box is free, and then we can cut off rotates and stuff here, right? So that's why I'm here in E-box, right? And I push up on that, but then Monty, like, de-shields himself, takes a ton of damage, where the Osa is still looking at laundry here, which is fine, right? Like, it's a fine angle to have, but then you just get caught in the cross when you know that there's somebody in freezer. So that's kind of like a bit of situational awareness not really working out in their favor. So now it's me, Clint, and War Bunny. War Bunny will be the next one to die. I remember how this round goes. Can't control the recoil of the F2. Bring the 417. I promise you it'll win you more fights. And then Clint, instead of this is like one thing that really infuriates me about this entire round, is instead of planting back here behind the chassis, where where I'm able to cover freezer and anybody who swings this corner. But because I know there's somebody in freezer, I'm worried to walk out to protect the laundry corner. If this Monty had just backed up and planted right here in front of E-box, look at this angle that we have here. Boom! We have this angle from blue in order to protect the diffuser. I guess we kind of have this still from inside of that, but I just don't like where this Montaigne is planting, because as soon as he plants this, you're pressured from laundry and from freezer. Both of these players can pinch you pretty easily, and I'm not able to hold this cross on laundry anyway. And so yes, this is a round loss for us. Now I shoot the Aruni here because if Legion walks near it, it'll deactivate. So that'll be like a good visual indicator to tell me if he's close by or not. Anyway, so the plant goes down here. And we can go watch this guy. So I hear this person walk up, and I, like, flick around the corner and get that guy. Meanwhile, the Twitch dies, and I lose to the cross, because he, like, runs across the front here. Because I had to swing out all the way out here, knowing that there's somebody still inside of Freezer, to then protect this push from Laundry, and that gave the Legion a perfect cross to win here. Also, the Twitch losing the gunfight. But because this person planted here and didn't plant in this corner here, that completely sabotaged my ability to protect the plant and protect myself in a post plant. Meanwhile, if he had planted like in the doorway and turtled it, or in this corner here, having the Aruni would have had to come all the way around here. The Legion would have had to come through here to E-box where I could have got him, or all the way out to pillar, and then have this cross here that I can deal with, which is a lot easier for me. But instead, I have to put myself out into this really dangerous position here, where I have to swing out wide, knowing that there's somebody in Freezer. That just doesn't work out. So that's like a major tactical error that our team made that I'm not very happy with. And then, of course, he also has 2 impacts and a Legion goo available to him. So this is just never gonna end well. Has to go for it. Gets an easy ace on that round, and that's like, I don't know. I think that's just weird situational awareness. We saw that with the Yosa. The Yosa planted her shield here, where she was totally vulnerable from the player that was inside of Freezer. We saw the Monty plant here, where I couldn't cover him from both Freezer and Laundry, where instead if he planted back here, he would have been much more able to do so. We also saw in that round, I guess like the other players kind of made a mistake. I got like a nice jiggle peek onto this guy, and there's really not too much else about that, but there were just some weird mistakes that we could have easily used to pick apart the defense that just weren't capitalized on. So we'll go to round number 4, though. I mean, Oregon's a defender-sided map, always has been. And I'm really happy that I get to play my boy, Mozzie. Now, the reason why I'm so happy to be able to play Mozzie is because I've found with my specific playstyle, I tend to get so caught up in being, like, the smartest player on the team and wanting to do these really hyper-specific utility plays, or, bringing the right utility and stuff, when instead I could just roam and cut off entry points with an operator that can deny intel. Now, I know of this drone hole here, but I don't think many other people do, so I decided to not put my pest down there at the end of the day. And I run back across to White Stairs, because I have the old Mozzie mute. That's why I put my pest further down the line here. Capture another drone here. This drone is actually really important. You'll see in a minute what I do with the intel, and I misfire my my final pest there, so I go ahead and all right, whoops, that was a little bit of a mistake. We'll just put it at the top of the stairs here instead, which ends up working out right. I see that the windows or the door is open in Master already. I decided to go hide inside of Armory, and I put myself here instead of behind the Armory lockers there, because I'm mostly worried about getting shot from the window in case anybody tries to jump in there. So Clint knows that he's getting shot from the Master window. I get a little drone peek on it. Look at this loser quick peeking. All right. Anyway, I'm like, okay, cool. They're inside a Master bedroom. I listened to hear. I try to listen to see if there's anybody inside of like the main entrance there. But yeah, that's pushed up inside of Master. I look there. I misplaced where my drone or my C4 actually is. And all right, cool. I need to find where this person is. Specifically, I put my drone in, I look, and I ping. Oh, look, they're through the soft wall here. So that's when I start firing at them through the wall. Get a lot of damage onto the ace there because of it. But I don't really notice it. I heard that I got a bit of damage. And then I try to do something else sneaky here, which is use my own nitro hole to get this player through the floor. See if they're still up on that side of the wall. But knowing full well that they didn't go in through main, I kind of have a decent angle, and I see that person there, but I don't quite get the angle. And they're trying to get me in Armory, so I just flick onto that person, which is, pretty good for me. I know that the ace is inside of Master somewhere, and I hear this person breaking open this door, so it's a pretty good layup for me overall. But we know of the Zoe. The Zoe is I think, like, pushing attic? No, she's pushing white stairs, and she's down now, so... No more revive for you. I know that the ace is over here on top main stairs, and I think, you know what? It's a 3v1. I'm not going to risk anything. Doc used all of his stims on himself, too. What a selfish bastard. That's why I'm like, hey, dog, you have any stim? Like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, I think he's top main. And yeah, he walks up there, and I hit fire, kill him. Because he had, like, no HP left, right? But I thought that... I thought that he was still on main stairs, so I didn't hear him, you know, take the vault back onto the master bedroom, and so he just kind of got like free entry into trophy there. But a little hip fire action never hurt anybody, and we're doing good. We're doing great this game, actually. I think this is one of the better games that I played. That flick onto the buck that was inside of the master bedroom closet, a bit slow, but still got the result anyway. All right, now we're in basement. We're playing Jager. I have the 416 carbine right now. I've been bringing the observation blocker gadget a lot recently, and the reason why I've been taking the observation blocker is because I just think that denying intel in general has been a very, very strong aspect of the game. It's why Mozzie is so good. That's why Mute has consistently been a decent character even after his multiple nerfs. It's also why I think it's really good with Maestro, especially if you have the right setup for it. So, anyway, doing my due diligence, getting all of the hatches reinforced and what have you. Grab that drone that I saw at the corner of my eye, and on we go. I don't see this drone at all inside a laundry, but that's like kind of free intel for them. Yeah, I don't see that drone at all. And I put my Jaeger ADSs on laundry because I don't know what else to do with them. I think there's definitely like a better spot for these ADSs. And I could be setting them up earlier by putting them on elbow and all of that, but I'm like not too bothered by it. I see Mute's lagging out. I'm like, well, this might be a 4v5, but it's okay. We get the Jaeger ADS onto the E-box side anyway, and then try to prevent them from throwing stuff out in sight here if I can. So not too terrible really. Nothing too crazy going on. You do see the Mute jamming this ace charge for now, which is pretty good. And this mirror setup's fine. I'm not too big a fan of this mirror specifically. Now, it is a reinforced wall, even though it doesn't visually look like it. But the reason why I'm not a fan of this mirror specifically is as soon as they get this hatch open, which they will in a second, with that buck up there, this mirror becomes useless, right? I would much rather have the mirror watching laundry, which they have this one here, and I'd rather have the mirror watching freezer so that they don't get free entry to freezer. Double reinforcing freezer also doesn't feel all that great to play into, because if you double reinforce freezer, your opponents look at this wall and they're like, oh, cool, a hard wall where I don't have to worry about anybody inside of laundry or inside of the bomb site here peeking me. Cool. I get to walk up pretty much all the way to this door for free. Like, that is so much territory to give up for free, hence the reason why you don't typically want to double reinforce this unless you have very good reason to do so. Like, let's say you're focusing more of your roam over towards, I don't know, like back stairs or something. Maybe it's okay then. Maybe. But still wouldn't agree with it overall. I try to quick peek anybody who's on main stairs here, and I back away from this peek because I know that I don't have the reflexes and that I'm always at a disadvantage because of Peeker's advantage there. This is something that I've been trying to fix with my own game for a long, long time, is that my positioning is terrible. And part of my terrible positioning is just holding very prototypical angles, right? Like very, very prototypical? I think that's the right word. But very, very easy to read angles, right? So I've decided to make it my mission to just like hold down main stairs here on this round. But I'm still in a bad position, right? Like, this is good if I challenge somebody at the top of the stairs, but if they're at the bottom of the stairs, I'm now like more of a 50-50, right? If I'm sitting on this box, though, maybe I have a better angle, or even if this drone, I think this drone actually spots me and it gives them so much free intel for that. Or if I'm sitting on this mirror to watch main stairs, or if I'm like sitting in laundry, or even by the bomb here behind my Jager ADSs and actually using my utility to prevent this push down main stairs, that'd be fine. But it's not, right? Like, it's just not going to work out well for me here. So yeah, I'm sitting on bottom main stairs. I have my head against the wall here so I can listen for anybody walking in. And I hear somebody. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's somebody coming down the main stairs. And I try to peek him, and it's the Twitch who just sees my ass and lays me out like a fresh doormat. And now, of course, like, oh, the recoil control on this person is terrible, too. Like, they do win this round. It's a little bit of spoilers for you. But, man, the recoil control on this individual is not great. Yeah, look at this. Wow. But they still killed me anyway, because they have the F2, and they're playing at, like, super close range. Man, it's up to Clint and War Bunny. Clint gets spotted. There's someone pushing him pretty much everywhere. You know, got pushed from E-Box. That's how they knew to swing that. So the timing was pretty bad. And then it's down to War Bunny in a 1v5. And they know of the Twitch on the main stairs. And the shotgun does not finish her off at that range. Somehow. Deals like 95 damage of the 110 that you need to kill a Twitch. So, unfortunate round overall. And that person had like no recoil control whatsoever on the F2. Bring the 417. I've said it earlier, I'll say it again. The DMR is easier to control and a complete crutch for anybody who can't control DMR, or can control the other things in the game, the recoil as far as that goes. So I decide to take up my ancient technique of Jager with the M870. Oh yeah. This is not a tried and true method, but this is something that I've actually really enjoyed doing for a number of years, and I'm frustrated that they double reinforce this again, because we're still giving them free entry into Freezer. But, you know, the nice thing about Jager's shotgun is that Jager's shotgun, it has a really fast reload time. I think it's the fastest of the shotguns, but I could be wrong on that specific. It's not as fast as the FO12 and that sort of thing and other auto shotties. But as far as the pump shotguns go, it's probably the best one overall. So I'm quite happy about, you know, bringing this shotgun regularly. I put both of the observation blockers down here just to give myself more layers of overall protection on the elbow, but I decided to not play the elbow. My little laundry vaulting hole open in case you ever need to rotate through there or want to have like a head hole spot to shoot through. And yeah, what do I do here? I like look over. My ADS had caught something, I think, at some point. Monster Pedo going down, losing the Ying is super duper good for us here. And I'm like, I don't know where to put this last one. I guess I'll put it here. I don't know why there, but that just is where it is now. Twitch drone also going through, getting a lot of util off. I see that my ADS is gone, and I assume off the Twitch because they were playing Twitch last round. And so I think, they were playing Twitch last round. Spicy Cream also goes for a swing on barrels there. Goes for another wide swing and just gets fried by the F2. Doesn't matter if you don't have recoil control. I think that she's closer. She was. I take a little bit of HP off of her, but not really enough to make a significant change. But Clint's there to finish her off anyway. And I think, oh, right, there was someone who walked down main stairs last time. There's a drone on main stairs. Grab that drone. So I'm like, well, now that they've droned down main stairs and they had someone who played main stairs last round, it's not the same person, but they had someone who came down main stairs last round anyway, I am now using my ancient technique of Jager shotgun. I take a little bit of HP off of the ace there, and that's kind of all I really need to do. Now, I know that the ace is on, like, throwing a gadget on top of me, and I'm worried more about the holes that he can look through to kill me, but it's not, like, a great angle, right? And so I hear him walking down the main stairs again, and I decide to just barricade that, because, like, what are you gonna do? If you push through it, I hear you. That just, like, gives me a little bit of visual clutter for them to work through. I hear this drone, so I jump in there. Ace is on the bottom of the main stairs. Azaki taking a lot of damage as well, and I tuck myself inside a laundry and wait for the push. We know that there's two inside a freezer. I think the Doc calls that out here. Curif takes lethal damage, and I hear this person pushing up close to me. Ooh, hello! And we just kind of clean everything up from there. with Cream getting the last bit of damage off on the Ash that was necessary. And because I heard the buck, I just kind of guesstimated where he was in relativity to me, and swing on his ass and knock him down with the Jager shotgun. Jager shotgun on Oregon is quite great. You hold like top white stairs, or you hold main stairs, or even freezer stairs, which you'll see on our next defensive round. Not on this one, because obviously I'm playing Cap Can with the 9x19, but on the next defensive round, I do play Jager with shotgun again to great efficacy. Now, I remembered earlier in the match, 6 rounds ago, that our opponents put the Capcan traps onto the office, onto the master bedroom closet there. And so I think, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that myself. And I do. I put 2 on there. I put 1 on the main door. Doesn't really matter where they all go exactly, but I do know that I'm doing my part. I'm putting my traps down. I got a reinforcement down. That's all you can really ask for. And 1 more on the master bedroom door. Although I don't expect it to catch anybody. I expect it more to be like a deterrent, maybe even like a bit of a sound cue if I need it. And I throw my C4. I pre-plant it on the doorway to master bedroom there. And think about holding inside of attic for a bit. And then I think, well, actually, if I have a pre-planted C4, I think like Clint's C4 getting the ram there really reminded me. But if I think like, oh, if I have a pre-planted C4 and if this rook is already moving their way over here anyway, I should be holding on to master to see if there's like anybody pushing inside of there. And I throw a C4, I hear some noise there. I did not expect the Hibana to be that close on the door, but I take a lot of her HP out, and that works out quite well for me, really, at the end of the day. A little bit of damage going traded back and forth, but War Bunny not really landing their shots this game. And, yeah. Spice Cream also doing a little bit of aggression on the things. But I think that's Zofia down below who fires her gadget through, like, Z-Hall there, which is a little bit strange in my opinion. But now we're down into a 3v4. War Bunny and, I think Clint died from White Stairs, which is where Mostopero is right now. I don't know how. Might have shot him through the crack underneath the castle barricade here. And Shinobi gets the kill onto War Bunny, who's inside of attic there. So there's at least 1 person. There's 2 people because I see the C8. I know that it's a buck and a Hibana up here. And I decide to hold a really bad angle. I am not happy with this angle that I'm holding at all. I would rather that I not like stand out in the middle of nowhere. Like, look at where I am. I have no cover whatsoever. If this person swings me and aims for my head, I am fried immediately. So what I should be doing is like holding back further, maybe even holding up closer to the wall and waiting for some audio cue. I should go into attic and try to hold that angle. I should be holding inside of games and holding that angle. So I'm like, oh yeah, right, I am in a bad position, aren't I? And I know that there's somebody on White Stairs, and I pre-fire that, but I see that the castle barricade's still up, and Quirf dies somehow. I think, yeah, jumped into big window, and castle has our back there on that one. So that's pretty good overall. See some flashbangs, of course, going in through attic and into a trophy here. And I'm just going to tuck myself inside of games a little bit further. Much better cover location, harder angle for our opponents to push, because they can't really... So if you're standing here, right, and you have this angle on me, which is a pretty tight angle. If you have this angle on me and you see me duck behind the wall that way, you can't like keep rotating out to the right to get me inside of games. That's because this wall, is here. Like you can't rotate out further than that. You just kind of have to take the gunfight or just lose it and like come back around and pre-fire. Maybe like a little jiggle peek would kill me, but I'm confident enough in where I'm positioned here that I'm not particularly concerned by that right now. I see that the castle barricade's still up, so refocus my attention back towards the main stairs. And there is that cap can inside of closet paying its dividends, baby. Yeah, you pulled the same shit on us earlier. I get that kill now. And then somehow, like, one of our team is pinging here. I don't know how. I don't think this camera's even up. But it doesn't indicate... I'm getting pings, though. You can see that, right? Like, you can see that I'm getting pings from somebody. I have no idea who. I think it's War Bunny. Yeah, see, look, there's a ping. That's a ping right there for me. So I have no idea how we're seeing these pings. Maybe they didn't get the default cam at all. Let's see, is it on? I can't even tell. We don't have a Mozzie. Maybe it's a... Do we have a bulletproof camera somewhere? Hold on, I gotta look now. Is there a bulletproof camera up here? Oh, okay, yeah, there is a bulletproof camera, like right here. So they see the Hibana from this bulletproof camera. That makes sense. Okay. That bulletproof camera sees the Hibana, like keeps pinging it, so I just like pre-fire the shit out of it, and I get the kill onto the Hibana there. And then we hear that the Zofia breaks this open after meleeing it a bunch of times, and I just pre-fire the bullet tracers there and get a triple that round. So pretty good defensive round for us overall. And next round's an attack, of course, because, you know, defense attack swaps. Overtime match point. And playing Ash this round. Or no, I don't think I play Ash, but I hover the Ash because I'm feeling good about myself, but I also think what are some things that I need to get rid of utility-wise, probably like mute jammers and that sort of thing from down below. So that's why I picked the Ash, but then I decide, oh, you know what, if we're going up top floor, maybe I should just pick the Twitch anyway, which is what I swap to, and I just kind of do my typical thing of checking out third floor, seeing if there's anybody inside a big tower, and preparing more for a push on this backside of things, right? Preparing for a push through attic and everything. Mia Jammer goes down, and I notice it because my drone gets affected here. And we're off. We're off to the races. I'm gonna grab the... Alright, where's my gun? Give me the rest of it. There we go. I go up and rappel up the correct side of attic here. And go up here. And I'm surprised that Cream is... Oh, no, Cream actually went all the way up. And they have... Did they have power breach charges? Alright, yeah, I get the Twitch charge, or the mute charge there. Because, fun fact, that drone hole... Oh, well, okay, I actually can't see it. But that drone hole back there, that's like a really easy spot for my drone to enter. And I hear the Aruni, I see the person who's playing inside of bunks there. And the Aruni's like in pit, you know, so I try to see if I can like pre-fire her on the door here. Doesn't quite work out. War Bunny dies to the Thorn, who I think is... Where are you? Oh, it's just like roaming inside of the meeting and all of that. That mute jammer is no longer there. I jiggle peek it and lose my life for it. It was a great shot from the Aruni, to be quite honest with you. I shouldn't have wide peeked it like that, and I should have kept playing around the back of the thermite breach there, but I just kind of like beefed it up really. What are you jiggle peeking for at 5 and 5? Okay. No, actually jiggle peeking is a great skill to have in this game. It's just unfortunate. And Dr. Sweets goes down though. We knew of that flank because of the Thorn that was downstairs. And Spicy Cream dies. But Cream Clint walks up main stairs and gets the Aruni, who dies to her own punch holes that she had behind her. So, because he like got into master bedroom there. Oh, the timing on that, on the Capcan walking into attic is quite unfortunate, really. Ozaki gets one, Cream Clint gets another, but he gets fired from behind on the armory stairs, and so we know that there's one armory stairs. And I knew at the start of the round that there was the mute who was in bunks because I saw him briefly on my Twitch drone there. I wasn't sure if he was still there or not. So I definitely could have called this saying like, hey, there's somebody inside of bunks. You need to look out for them specifically. But that's what ends up losing us the round here, is not making this call here specifically. Among a couple of other things. So he made a lot of different really bad mistakes. My positioning mistake, for example, against the Aruni. Anyway, you see the pixel, you just pre-fire with the SMG-11, and that's a pretty free little layup. Which puts us on to defense again in this 9th and final round. This was quite the arduous fight. And a lot of, like, strange little mistakes here and there. We decided to bring the Clash, and I, on this crucial round, am, of course, playing Jager shotgun. Oh, boy. I mean, of course, like, it's not all that high value, right? Like I said earlier, this is a game that's in gold, so it's basically, what, bronze? It's basically bronze in old rank terms, because everyone just kind of got boosted up by 2 divisions. And, yeah, you know, I opened up the laundry hole first because I was worried about them getting laundry for free again, because that's what we saw in an earlier round, was that they got the entry with the buck and ash there. And that does have a rotate there, so that's another visual bug. That was opened by the doc who has the revolver. Now, I'd like to bring your attention to something else in this final round. Our Clash is 0 and 8. War Bunny has died every single round and has not gotten a single frag. So they are not doing well this game. But it'll be a very important player in this round. There's also a rotate there in laundry, but again, it doesn't quite work out. I was a little bit worried about someone being, like, sprinting down main stairs there, so that's why you see me kind of hesitate with putting my gadget tree down, but ends up working out, too. Like, that rotate not being visible is very funny to me. And I make these little head holes, as you do, and then feet holes in case someone's sitting back inside a sight and see someone cross blue there. Yeah, I think, like, for this round at the start, I wasn't really sure about where I wanted to place myself. I knew that I wanted to put gadgets down and stuff, and I hear these people walking down the freezer stairs, so I decided to wait. I see that person's body goes skirting by, and I hear another person. It sounds like, for whatever reason, Lion and Ying's LMGs sound very similar to me, so I just call out it's either Lion or Ying. They're very different operators, but I'm not going to swing this. No reason for me to do so. But the nice thing is that because we have that wall opened up, Ying and Ash were not able to make it quickly up these stairs. So Clash decides to help me out here, actually. And this is part of where she becomes very instrumental in helping us win this round, because I needed to know if there was somebody still on freezer stairs. And look at this. Look at all this intel that this Clash is giving us. She's like, oh yeah, she's left. I'm like, okay, cool. That gives me the green light to go ahead and walk up onto these freezer stairs, knowing that there's nobody there. And I'm here to refrag anybody who tries, or try to frag anybody who tries to re-enter here. Now, enter our victim, Ram, who knows that there's somebody playing, like, freezer side and all of that. She decides to walk down these stairs, and I hear her ass. I know she's there, and I just swing. Dude, the M870 hits so hard. And she's a 3 armor, right? So this is a very noisy operator. That's the reason why I was able to hear her walking down the stairs there. And, yeah, I'm quite happy. A little teabags, you know, because I'm just like, haha, get screwed, idiot. But I'm very happy with how that round... Oh, and I go down. So I didn't know that there was anybody... I didn't notice that we weren't watching main stairs, which is where the Yang walked in. So that's the end of the game for me. No matter what happens, I will be ending this 11 and 5, right? 4-4, last possible round in the game. And War Bunny is just causing problems. They are just causing problems on purpose. Look at this. But I mean, like, what is Ace gonna do? He's getting, like, shocked to death here. Clint gets the other French operator, gets the Ying who was inside of main there. War Bunny, even though they are 0 and 8, they are doing so much work for the team here. They're keeping this Ace outside and giving him constant intel. They helped me out on that freezer push there and made sure that they were able to block things off there. And when, I mean, that was just really well timed. When the Ace goes to melee the Clash, because they're on basically no HP, that's when the Doc is able to send things back. So now Shinobi is getting peppered from main stairs. Doesn't know where anybody else is, but fun fact for him, nobody else is upstairs. It's just the Clash. The Clash sees him, takes a lot of his health bar out. And look at this. Look at how much of a nuisance this Clash is being. The Buck can't get closer. Here's the person who's upstairs, and the Mute with the MP5K, which is also why I'm happy that I brought the shotgun, because the Mute didn't have a shotgun, so I was the one who had to make all the rotates. Ends the round, and our 0-8 person ends up being one of the most important people in that round. And honestly, for that, I'm very happy. And this was a great game. Also, the people that I played with were very, very fun. They had great personalities. So, quite happy with the result. Not entirely happy with how I played it. I do think that my positioning could have been better on some of these rounds. You know, not trying to peek pixel corners or like hold angles in places where I'm just kind of standing in the middle of nowhere. I tend to do that a lot, so that's something I gotta fix with my future gameplay. But as far as this game goes, we got the dub, and that's really all that matters. So thank you all so much for listening to me talk over another Rainbow Six replay. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Safe travels, and goodbye.